He just wanted to look at an old rifle. The same weapon he had carried years ago, now displayed in museums, but the store clerk laughed at him, mocked his limp, called him grandpa and told him to leave. The old man left quietly, never argued back. Exactly 1 hour later, 12 SEAL vehicles appeared in the parking lot. Silently, in uniform, with just one question. Where is he? Welcome to Stories of Honor. Before we begin this powerful story of disrespect, loyalty, and brotherhood, tell me in the comments which city you're watching from today. And if you believe stories like this need to be remembered, hit that subscribe button and help us keep these stories alive. When the gun shop on the edge of town opened its doors at 10 a.m., James Beckett was already in the parking lot. 73 years old, gray-haired, slightly limping. His left leg bore the scar of an old injury, a remnant from Vietnam. Worn jeans, brown leather jacket, and most importantly, no badges or insignia on his chest. James had been here every Saturday for the past 3 years. Same routine. Look at the window display, go inside, walk around quietly, and leave without buying anything. The staff knew him by now, but none had ever really talked to him. This morning, James had a different purpose. He wanted to see the 1960s M1 Garand rifle displayed in the window. He had carried the same model in Khe Sanh in 1968, when he was 18. Now he was 73 and wanted to relive those memories one more time. When he entered the store, 2 young sales clerks were playing with their phones. One was about 25. Tyler, the other slightly older, Derek. Both were civilian employees with no military background, just selling guns. "Good morning," James said quietly. Tyler replied without looking up. "Morning." James approached the display case and pointed to the M1 Garand. "Could I take a look at that rifle?" Derek laughed. "That's a really old model, Grandpa. Nobody uses those anymore. There are modern weapons available." "I know it's old," James said calmly. "I just want to see it." Tyler looked up from his phone. "Are you a collector? I used to use one." "When in World War II?" Derek mocked. James paused. "In Vietnam." The 2 young men looked at each other. Tyler shrugged. "Okay, but be careful. It's heavy." Derek took out the key and opened the display case. He extended the rifle toward James, then stopped. "Actually, maybe this is too heavy for you. You're not that age anymore." James's hand didn't tremble. He said calmly, "I can handle it." When he took the rifle, Derek noticed his surprised look. James's way of holding the weapon was professional. His fingers were in the right positions, providing perfect balance. "He holds it well," Tyler admitted. James examined the rifle. He knew every part: barrel, trigger mechanism, magazine. He had spent 127 days with the same weapon 55 years ago. As he examined the rifle, memories flashed in James's mind. 1968, Khe Sanh Base, the 76-day siege, 6,000 Marines against 20,000 North Vietnamese soldiers. With that rifle, he had saved 19 people. "This weapon has a story," James said quietly. Derek wasn't interested. "Yeah, like a museum piece. Antique." "No," James's voice hardened slightly. "This weapon fought. It protected people." Tyler laughed. "Okay, Grandpa, tell your war stories somewhere else. Are you going to buy it?" James stopped. "What's the price?" $3,500. Collector's item." James checked his pocket. He was living on a retirement pension. He didn't have that money. "I just wanted to see it. Then you can give it back," Derek said, extending his hand. James carefully returned the rifle. "Thank you." "Sure," Tyler said. "Do you want anything else?" "No, that's enough." As James prepared to leave, Derek whispered to his friend, "These old guys are all like this. Want to tell old war stories but have no money." Tyler spoke louder. "Yeah, they're all the same. They say, 'I used it in Vietnam,' as if everyone was sent to Vietnam back then." James stopped. He turned and looked at the 2 young men. "My story is real." Derek laughed. Sure. Everyone's story is real. Have you ever seen war? James asked calmly. No, but we don't need to. We're in modern times. Those kinds of things. Tyler didn't finish his sentence. Those kinds of things? James's voice was slightly harder. Derek stepped in. Look, Grandpa, we don't want to upset you, but this isn't a toy store. Either buy something or leave. James looked quietly. I understand. Good. And next time, go to a museum for nostalgic stories. James quietly left the store. He never argued back, never raised his voice. He limped toward his car. In the store, Tyler and Derek laughed. These old guys are really funny, Tyler said. Yeah, same stories all the time. Vietnam, Korea, as if they were heroes. But they didn't know that in the corner of the store, among the ammunition shelves, a middle-aged woman had heard everything. Susan Martinez, 45, herself a retired soldier. She had carefully watched the last 10 minutes. Susan had seen something familiar in James's behavior. That posture, that calmness, the way he held that rifle. This man was real. As James got into his car, Susan took out her phone and dialed a number. Hello, Kevin. It's Susan. Yes, it's been a long time. Listen, there's a situation here. A veteran was just humiliated. Yes, a real veteran. No, I'm sure. Okay, James Beckett. Research it now and call me back. Kevin Reyes, whom Susan called, was an active duty Navy SEAL. He was Susan's former teammate. Kevin had database access. 15 minutes later, Kevin called back. Susan, I researched this man. What did you learn? James Charles Beckett. Marines, 1967 to 1987. Vietnam veteran. Served in the Khe Sanh Siege. Is that all? No, there's more. Purple Heart, Silver Star, Bronze Star. Led a 19-person rescue operation. And Susan ... What? This man was Recon. Force Recon. Legendary level operator. Susan's breath caught. Force Recon was the Marine Corps' elite special forces. Only 1% were accepted. Are you sure? Absolutely. And one more thing. Some of our commanders know this man. Legendary status. Where are you now? I'm calling the team. We'll be there in 45 minutes. After Kevin hung up, he gathered his team at the base. 12-person SEAL team. Guys, we have an urgent mission. Tactical operation? Garcia asked. Number respect mission. The team was surprised. Respect mission was an informal term, an operation to correct disrespect shown to a veteran. A Force Recon veteran named James Beckett was humiliated at a gun shop. This man is part of our history. Thompson asked, what are we going to do? We're going. Full tactical gear. No violence, just presence demonstration. Understood, sir. Within 15 minutes, 3 black SUVs were ready. 12 SEALs, full gear, unarmed but in uniform. At 11:43, something changed in the gun shop's parking lot. The first SUV came and parked. The engine remained running. Then the second, then the third. Inside the store, Tyler was talking to a customer. Derek was handling cash register operations. Neither was looking outside. 12 men got out of the cars. Silently, coordinated movement. All wearing the same SEAL uniform, same tactical vest. None had anger on their faces, just cold professionalism. The group leader was Senior Chief Petty Officer Mike Davidson. 15 years of SEAL experience. He walked in front. The others followed in formation. They entered through the store's door. As the door chime rang, 12 men silently spread throughout the store. Not aggressive, but definitely attention-grabbing. While Tyler was talking to a customer, he noticed the atmosphere around him change. He turned and froze. 12 SEAL soldiers, standing silently, all looking at the counter. Derek dropped the money in his hand. The customer was also surprised but quietly moved aside. Senior Chief Davidson stepped forward. His tone was calm but authoritative. An hour ago, an old man came here. Tyler's voice trembled. Yes, sir. James Beckett. Do you remember this name? Derek nodded. Yes, there was an old man. How did you treat that man? Silence. Tyler and Derek looked at each other. Sir, we just provided normal customer service. Normal customer service? Davidson's voice didn't change, but his eyes hardened. Davidson pulled out a file from his pocket. James Beckett's military record. Do you know who this man is? Tyler and Derek shook their heads. James Charles Beckett, Force Recon Marine, Vietnam veteran, Purple Heart, Silver Star, Bronze Star recipient. Derek's face paled. He saved 19 Marines during the Khe Sanh siege. He held his position for 76 days. When he was your age, he fought for your country. Tyler tried to speak. Sir, we didn't know. You didn't need to know, but you needed to show respect. Davidson placed the file on the counter. This man asked for nothing. He just wanted to see the rifle he used 50 years ago. You humiliated him. Derek tried to apologize. Sir, not apologies, lessons. Davidson signaled to his team behind him. Each stepped forward and introduced themselves. Petty Officer Garcia, Afghanistan, 3 tours. Petty Officer Thompson, Iraq, 2 tours. Petty Officer Williams, Somalia, 1 tour. Each introduction made Tyler and Derek shrink further. All these men have seen war. All risked their lives for our country, and all treat veterans like James Beckett with respect. Davidson continued, Don't you know that your freedom exists because of old men like him? Tyler tried to answer, Sir, we really… Shut up. Now listen. Davidson pulled out James's photo. From 1968, 18 years old, in uniform with his rifle. This man was in Vietnam when he was 18, your age. What were you doing at that age? Playing video games? Davidson walked around the store. He looked at the gun racks. What are these weapons to you? Sales objects? Yes, sir. For us, these weapons mean life. They mean protecting our friends. One of the team members, Petty Officer Martinez, stepped forward. Sir, permission to speak. Go ahead, Martinez. I know James Beckett. My father was on his team at Khe Sanh in 1968. My father was wounded in that operation. Beckett carried him. Tyler and Derek were shocked. If it wasn't for Beckett, my father would have died. I wouldn't have been born. Martinez turned to Tyler. What toys did you play with as a child? I was born because of my father. Tyler couldn't take it anymore. Sir, we're very sorry. We really didn't know. You didn't need to know, but you needed to show respect. Derek asked, What can we do? How can we fix this? Davidson stopped. He made eye contact with his team. First, you will never belittle any veteran again. Yes, sir. Second, when James Beckett comes here, you will show him the respect he deserves. Of course, sir. Third, you will start a discount program for other veterans. Tyler immediately jumped. Yes, 20% a discount. Even 30%. Davidson smiled. He smiled for the first time. Enough. 15% is sufficient. At that moment, the store door opened. James Beckett entered. Susan Martinez had convinced him to come back. He was surprised to see the store full of 12 SEAL soldiers. Davidson turned to him. Mr. Beckett. James was surprised. What's happening here? We came for you, sir. James tried to understand. For me? Tyler stepped forward, his voice trembling. Mr. Beckett, we're very sorry. We learned that we hurt you. James looked at Davidson. Did you come because of this? Yes, sir. No veteran should face disrespect. James was moved. This wasn't necessary. Whether it was necessary or not, that's our decision, sir. Derek opened the display case and took out the M1 Garand. He extended it to James. Sir, this weapon is now yours. We don't want any payment. James was surprised. But I can't pay for it. Tyler stepped in. Sir, we started a special program for veterans like you. This weapon is a gift. James took the rifle. His eyes filled with tears. Davidson signaled to his team. 12 SEALs lined up and saluted James. Sir, your service has not been forgotten and will not be forgotten. James saluted back. 73 years old, but his posture was still military. This story teaches us respect comes with age, but not with medals. James Beckett protected his country on the battlefield. Now the young generation protects him in the store. Veterans age, but their service should not be forgotten. The quietest person is sometimes the greatest hero. Look at elderly people with different eyes. You can never know what stories are in their past. And remember, disrespect may come from one person, but protectors always come as a team. Have you ever regretted belittling a veteran? Have you seen unexpected strength from an elderly person? Share in the comments. If this story touched you, subscribe to Stories of Honor, because we'll continue telling veterans' stories. See you in our next story. Until then, look at the ordinary people around you with a little more respect, because the person protecting them might be someone you never expected.